Alright, welcome to the finale of Code Veronica. We are pretty much entering into the end game here. We have to do one more thing before we can finish this game, but that's not too bad. We are right now heading to the prison area at the behest of Claire. In the last video, she said that if we were to turn the self-destruct sequence on, it would open up all the doors. Because, why not? Because Resident Evil. That can always be the answer in these games. Why do I have to go collect this and then put that there, and then go there and then put that there? Why do I have to do that? Because Resident Evil. So this little area right here is where the rest of the game is going to take place. This is the last area we will ever see in this game. And we have to pick up the dragonfly thing and put it in here. Because Resident Evil. All the facilities we've been to in this game are so inconvenient for everyone that works here. Like, imagine having to collect all this stuff on your daily, commute to work. And here are the last zombies in the game, so let's just deal with them. Don't worry about wasting shotgun ammo, because the shotgun is really not what we're going to be using at all. The weapons I would suggest using would be a machine gun of some sort, and the Magnum. The Magnum is going to be your real main. So over here we have a computer. Let's use the security card, and I'm sure we have to input some sort of code in here. Please enter the security code. What is the security code? The security code is... That's right. The code is Veronica, as per the name of the game. I don't know why that is the name of the game, because it is something that comes in at the very end. Yeah, the name of the game is Code Veronica, and the code is Veronica.
This facility will detonate in 5.
The first time I ever played this game, I thought that was an area you could go down to, because there's a zombie shuffling through there. But you can't get down there. That zombie is just there for no reason. So there's some herbs over here we can pick up. We're gonna need them because while this next boss is not tough, it does hit pretty hard. And be careful what you have equipped in your inventory, or just in your hand right now when you go through this door, because depending on what gun you use, you might waste a bullet. So just make sure you have something that isn't, like your Magnum or something. Because you really don't want to waste a bullet of that.
You made it!
Of course. Come on, let's get out of here.
What are we gonna do?
Okay, turn the key clockwise simultaneously on 3.
Got it.
One, 2, 3.
The safety valve will not be released until charging is complete.
I'll keep her busy. Just go for the emergency elevator.
Chris, but...
I can take care of this. Just go.
You have to make it. Don't die on me.
So, in her dumbest move, Claire decides to run right next to Alexia. All you have to do here is you just have to shoot her once, and then that part's over. That's why I said don't waste a bullet by having a long gun in your inventory. So this is Alexia Type 2. I have read that a lot of people consider this to be the hardest boss in the classic series, and once again, I don't get that. This game is not hard. Alexia Type 2 will have all these little tiny bugs that crawl around and they'll hurt you, which is annoying, don't get me wrong. They're probably the most annoying part about this fight. And also sometimes there will be this tentacle that just kind of smacks you around. That's also very annoying, but as long as you use the Magnum and keep shooting her in her face, like keep aiming up, you will have no problem with this fight whatsoever. And if you run out of Magnum bullets, that's why you bring other things like a shotgun or a machine gun. Also, you need to know where to stand. I like this area over here the best, so we're just gonna stay over here. So this is this game's version of the rocket launcher. It is the linear launcher. I don't know what would happen if you don't have enough space in your inventory. But yeah, instead of giving you a rocket launcher, they give you this, which fires like energy, and this part is very easy. It's just hard to kind of get a good shot at her because she's always moving around, so you gotta kind of lead her. And every single time I've ever beaten this, it's always been luck-based, so just keep shooting, eventually you will hit her, if by accident or on purpose.
Move. Claire! No!
Why can't we do that in the game?
Well done, Chris. It turns out that Alexia's work wasn't much of anything. So now, the only thing left is revenge.
Let her go, Wesker! You don't want her.
Fine.
Claire!
Today's a good day. I came for Alexia, but killing you is even better.
Sorry to disappoint you, but Alexia is gone.
That's no longer a concern to me. I have Steve to work with.
What?
Steve.
In his body, there's still a living T. Alexia virus. Steve should be a good specimen.
Did he say
Maybe
T.
he'll come back
Alexia?
around just as I did, and be able to see his sister again.
You freak!
Don't you touch him!
I'm sorry, dear heart. My name already taken.
You're gonna have to speak up, Wesker. I can't hear you over the music.
But what about...
As a surviving member of STARS, I have to.
Remember your promise.
Wait, what was it again?
say hello to my comrades who I've killed.
I don't know where you get your confidence, Chris.
And then Chris Redfield died, and the rest of the series
The
plays out in his
self-destruct
mind
system
the minutes
has
before he
been
dies.
Activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Anymore. But just look at the power I've gained.
This is one of those cutscenes that I love because it shows how narcissistic and egotistical Wesker is. Which is one of my favorite qualities of his.
Magnificent, don't you think?
Please, Chris. I think the only thing that would be able to take out Wesker is a volcano and a rocket launcher.
Nice try.
Wesker.
Today's your lucky day. Next time we meet, don't count on another.
Next time.
Until we meet again.
And the next time they meet is when Jill dies in Resident Evil 5.
Chris, where are you?
Hey, you know that I always keep my promises.
Chris, promise me. Please promise that you won't leave me alone again.
I'm sorry, Claire, but it's not over yet. There's still something we've got to do.
You mean...
Yeah, it's payback time. We've got to destroy Umbrella. Now, let's finish this once and for all!
And, that's that. That is Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Probably my favorite game in the classic series, which, since starting this Let's Play, I have found out that not a lot of people share that sentiment, but then again, I've never really fallen into that same line of thought when it comes to Resident Evil games, as 5 is my favorite game in the entire series, and most people would not say that. This is definitely just, I think, a really fun game. It is definitely the most ridiculous game in the series, which I love. I love things that are very ridiculous. The more ridiculous things are, the more I love it. Hashtag Metal Gear Rising. But I love the locations that you go to in this game. I love the enemies you fight. I love that Wesker's in this, of course. Although this game is not without its faults, and I do realize that. The biggest thing in my mind that this game does wrong is the Ashfords. I don't think they really give the Ashfords enough time. Like, Alfred was good. I like how they set up Alfred, and then they just killed him. You know, Alfred was a pretty good villain. Like I said, if he's not laughing, he's actually fairly intimidating. And Alexia, like I said, 90% of her dialogue is laughing. She starts and ends every conversation with a laugh. And I can't remember anything she says in this game other than her laughing. And they don't give her enough time to be an intimidating villain. And then, you know, she doesn't even seem like the real final boss. Because technically, in the story, Wesker was the real threat. Like, at the end, that's who they had to face off with, not Alexia. Alexia, we just kind of shot with a laser gun, and then she blew up. Without any words, no, you ruined my plan, or anything like that. Just, she's dead, and then Wesker's here. Which I don't mind, because I am a huge Wesker fan. But that's one of the biggest complaints. And of course, Steve Burnside is the worst thing about this game. His voice actor is horrendous. Like, if he had a different voice actor in this game, he wouldn't be as bad. But it's still his writing, and the fact that he's just a whiny bitch is still unforgivable for that character. So, I'm not a big fan of Steve. I'm not a fan of how they handled the Ashfords. I like the Ashfords. I think they're interesting characters when you read into them, like, in their notes and stuff, the files in the game. But what they're given, like, what you see in the game is not very good. And yeah, I like Claire's segment, but I do like Chris's a little bit more, I think because I like Chris better as a character. I don't know. I do definitely really like both halves of the game, leaning more towards Chris. It is very backtracky. This game is very backtracky. That, I think, seems to be the biggest complaint that I have heard about this game, is that there is backtracking for days. And a lot of people really don't like that. I don't really have a problem with it because it's what the game is giving you. And it's not like it's a huge area. You know, you can get to most places within 5 minutes of walking. Probably less. So I don't really have a problem with the backtracking. I've never played the Dreamcast version or the HD version, so I don't know what the X version on the GameCube does differently than other games. I know that they added in, like, I think it's supposed to be like 9 minutes of new cutscenes or something like that. I don't know how different all the cutscenes are. I know the first cutscene with Wesker, the one with Claire, that's added in. And there's a few, like, other nuances. I'm not really too sure of that, but anyway, that is it for me in Resident Evil Code Veronica X. As I said pretty much toward the beginning of this game, I really wanted to do this game before Revelations 2 comes out, and that's passed. That's like a couple months ago that happened. But that will be the next game that I do Resident Evil-wise on this channel. So, I really hope you enjoyed Code Veronica. I had a hell of a lot of fun doing it, as it's one of my favorite games. And, I hope to see you in Revelations 2.